All right, so here we are. We just came from the Hunger Games, and we're gonna map on those steps onto our monetary game, or our economy, if you want to call it that. And so those 3 steps, let me repeat those really quick. So you have step 1, implant the belief. Step 2, those beliefs, widespread, create the game. Step 3, that game creates the behavior. Okay, so I'm going to break that down for our society so we can see that in our daily lives. So, step 1, implant the belief. So again, this belief is a particular belief. As we talk about it through this lesson, it's that same one. And that one is everyone is out for their own material gain, or their own self-interest, or everyone's out trying to get money. But it's that same rough idea. And that same idea across everyone is that idea of implanting the belief. Every single person who operates in this economy is, well, I got to make money, and everyone else is trying to make money, and so we're all just trying to make money, and that's how we motivate ourselves. That's how this whole system operates. That's how everyone operates. So that's that belief. And so now we're going to go to step 2. The belief creates the game. So when we all have that belief, that's about 8 billion people sharing a similar belief. Again, it's self-referential, right? It's about ourselves collectively. And so I want to draw a metaphor to this ant bridge, that when all these ants come together and they create this bridge, that bridge is just made of ants, but the bridge has additional functionality and organization than just a bunch of ants scattered across a certain landscape. And so that's the same thing with our beliefs about ourselves, in particular the one we're talking about in this lesson, which is everyone's out for their own material gain, everyone's out just to make money, and that kind of belief. Again, we're in the step of the belief creates the game. So all these beliefs, 8 billion people thinking that everyone else is just out for their own material gain, creates this game that we know every day, right? This game is the one where we have to pay bills, we have to pay the landlord, we have to make money, we have to pay the grocery store, we have to do everything that we need to do operates through these transactions. And you wake up every morning and you clock in and you get paid on Friday or whatever. And that idea again of the game is something over and above just us randomly believing things about each other, but there's a certain structure with certain functionality that has this new emergent property. And that emergent property plays back into our psychology, and that's why I use that word mind game. All right, so step 3, the game creates the behavior. So just like in the Hunger Games, where Katniss and Peeta are in this game that they don't want to be in, but they still have to behave in a way that the game promotes, right? That's what we're experiencing as well. Like you and me and everyone who operates in this economy, our behavior is shaped by this game. And in a way, that's kind of the point of it. If anyone is trying to justify this kind of set of social relations or this kind of structure, this game, it's because it's supposed to have something motivational to it. And so just like we see Katniss and Peeta act outside of their intrinsic motivation in the Hunger Games, we do the same every single day when we go to work. Some people are lucky enough to go to work and have a job that they love, but most people don't have that ability. Most people are doing something that they don't like to do. Every time you get up in the morning, it's just because you have to and not because you want to. But the thing is that this game is what's promoting the behavior. All of these taken together, step 1, step 2, and step 3, is that self-fulfilling philosophy idea, is the idea that what we think about ourselves becomes true. And not just magically, not just out of nowhere, it's through this process. So let me repeat that process again. So step 1 is implant the belief. And that's across everyone. So now you have that belief and everyone believes it. Now you have these 8 billion beliefs coming together to form this structure. That is the beliefs creating the game. Now you live in this structure and you have to consider the structure and everyone else's moves. And that's step 3, the games create the behavior. So now you see this behavior, you see your boss at work, you see all these other people that you're working with, you see maybe corruption in government, you see all these people operating out of their own material self-interest, and you're like, wow, that really affirms my belief that everyone's operating on their material self-interest. And so that is self-fulfilling philosophies in our world. So the whole point of that is to say that none of this behavior that you see every day around you, people making transactions, all this stuff, none of that is innate. It's not innate to human nature. It's just the behavior that is promoted by the game. And that's the most important point. And I really wanted to show the Hunger Games first because from the outside, we can really see clearly that it's not something that these people want to be a part of, and it's not something that's best for everyone. But from the inside, you kind of just have to play the game. You kind of just have to take it as a given. And so in our society, that is something that we can kind of step back from and look at from the outside, so to speak. And we can say, oh, wow, this is actually just a self-amplifying cycle that just keeps continuing. And so when we can see that self-amplifying quality, we can actually choose to change it. And before I'm ready to explain how we change it, we're going to get into the next lesson, which is going to explain more elements in this complex system.